Okay, so now once you've got your team built up and you're really clear on, all your team and your communication channels are great, you're ready to go. Now the next step is communicating with the sellers, okay, and gathering the seller information. So this process, I have a little sheet here. I'm going to show you on my iPad right here. This is some of the motivated seller scripts that we have. These are very general. I want to show you these just because for those of you that are on the paid version, you guys will have the downloadable content here and you can go through this. But if you don't, I want you to have a perspective of what is going on here. How do these conversations look? Okay. So I have these seller scripts. The one that I like as my favorite is not so scripted per se. Here's my take on scripts. Scripts are important. Sales process is very important. Scripts are important to all of this, but they can also be a training wheels. Okay. So, I'm not a scripted type of person. Whenever I try to be scripted, the wheels come off the bus. I lose my authenticity. I feel I'm not my genuine, that I just lose it. I just don't lose. I lose that connection once I start trying to be scripted. Okay. So if you relate with that, I'll show you right here on my screen, on my iPad here, how I do it. I do it by understanding patterns. Okay. And patterns are very simple for me to kind of link together, and then really getting good at the questions. Okay. So any part of a sales process is patterns and questions. How are you engaging, in what pattern, and what questions are you asking? Okay. So, here is a sheet that's for my direct to seller interview, and the opening line you'll see here on the side is we go problem, then we go to impact, picture perfect, and then the soft close. Okay, this is the pattern that I'm talking about. Okay, so the problem. So why are you calling me? You called, So what were you hoping we could accomplish together today? In other words, how can I help you? Okay. Well, you sent me a letter, or you sent me a text, or you said you make offers on properties. Absolutely. Okay. Now tell me. So it sounds like you're interested in selling your property. Tell me more about that. Can you expand on that? Okay. Get them to be talking. Okay. Really? You can see the next line here. Really? How long has that been an issue? Okay. Make the problem as real and as big as it is. Okay. So we're looking for the problem. Really? Okay. Can you expand on that? Oh, really? How long has that been an issue? Okay. I understand. Does that current situation problem affect how you spend all your time? Is that really? That must be a big impact. Okay. I'm getting them to draw this out. Right? So, wow, how does that make you feel? That can't be good. Okay? Or you want to get them to talk about this. What I'm doing is I'm getting their emotional state. Okay? I'm getting out of that logic. Okay, so you want to sell your house? How much? Tell me bedroom bath count. Okay? Do you see? That's where a lot of people go about it. And it's this like transactional, almost interrogation. My style is much more of like, let's get to know you. How can I help you? Oh, tell me more about that. Oh, what's going on there? Okay, how long has that been an issue? Ooh, man. Now, what would be? I hear that I would acknowledge the problem. Then I would go. So what would be the picture perfect scenario for you? I go problem. Then I go picture perfect. Tell me, what do you want? And then you get them dream. Kind of like in that dreaming. Well, what would be ideal is. Okay, and you get them to go in that direction, right? Then after that, so outside of price, how could I draft up the perfect offer for you? What would that offer look like? Okay, and then I can give them, okay, so terms, or would moving help Would that help you? Or extended timelines, or, or do we have a 1031 exchange that we got to be sensitive about? So I do these types of picture perfect, and it's amazing how this pattern will get people to talk, open up, allow you to really kind of get better insight to what their decision-making process is really going to be like. Okay. So this script again, or patterns, question pattern is going to be download. It's going to be a download for you guys, and definitely check it out. But also, not to discount, there are more scripted. So I'm going to attach the scripts as well. So if you're somebody that really wants to know what to say exactly word for word, I have that for you as well. Okay. So either way, we're going to get winning. Okay. So understanding your objective, building the rapport, gathering the information. This is step one. Okay, this is your virtual analysis. Once I get somebody on the phone and I'm gathering information from a seller, I put this little graphic here because I think of this as my, I'm a detective. Okay, I need to know exactly what's happening. And I also know that a lot of people will not be the most honest or straightforward about information up front. Okay, a lot of people have this guard up of, hey, you're trying to take advantage of me, or like, what's this, and they kind of have this pushback guard. Okay, and so I'm always extremely nice on the phone, and so it's hard to be rude to somebody that's being nice. So I always take that route, just be nice. It's hard to be rude to somebody that's nice. Okay. Of course it will happen, but it's hard. Okay. Now, but it's like I put on the detective hat, because I ask questions. I go layers deeper into questions, and I want to know where that real motivation is, where the truth is, what's really going on. I know I have to get through that surface level conversation before I get to the real meat, to the real what's really going on. Okay, whether it's about the condition of the house, the reasons why they're selling, or just the overall circumstance. Okay, so just know, like, this is where I put on my detective hat, and this is where I slow down. I'm again building that rapport, asking layers questions deeper, and heck, if it's a little bit awkward, okay, that's okay. Obviously, the goal is not to make these moments or conversations awkward. But man, you know what? I'm going to ask my questions. I'm going to get in there and ask my questions. I'm going to be, getting all the information that I can. And largely, it's about their motivation as to why. What is their why? Why do they want to sell? I'm really big on that. Like, tell me more about why you want to sell. Why is that so important? Where are you going to go? What's that like? Okay. Because all of these things are all different, how they respond to this. This is where I will anchor in different layers of rapport from a stance of I want to identify with them. Okay, so whenever they're telling me why this is important to them, or why this is not important to them, or whatever else, these are all pieces of information that I want to anchor in on and build my rapport with, align with. Because if they feel like my intention and their intention are in complete alignment, that's when sales happen. Okay, so that's the key to this stage. Make sure that you align yourself with their motivation. That's when you get the fastest yes. Okay, so bonus training, the simplicity of virtual property analysis. This is really where I love getting into this. Okay, so the property analysis, this is the pattern that you want to get into when now that we have the seller on the phone, we're talking with them, and we're extracting that information, we're building the rapport, we're getting to know that property a little bit better. Now we got to do our analysis. Now we got to figure out, okay, what numbers, where are we? Okay, this is where my deal analyzer comes in. So for those of you that have the downloadable content, you're going to get my deal analyzer, which is awesome. Set that up. and get using that. And you're also going to get my purchase and sale agreement. Okay. But for those of you that really want to take your seller appointments to that highest level, to that black belt level, I have a complete training that is only specifically on seller appointments, how to maximize your seller appointment. If you want more information, you can go to ultimatesellerappointment.com. Check it out. It's all based on an iPad. It's my iPad system. It's how I do all of my transactions, from the analysis all the way to presenting the offer, how I document the condition of the property, how I do my analysis, how I present my comps, how I do everything paperlessly on my iPad with the seller, including signing contracts. It's super, super cool. And it has my repair calculator in there, credibility packet. It is my secret weapon, my ultimate seller appointment. So if you have any more questions about that, it's designed to be run on an iPad and with an Apple Pencil for all that. Okay, so back to what we're doing here. Estimating repairs. We do that from the phone, right? When we're talking to the seller, the client. Okay, so we're just getting a rough idea of, hey, is this a severe condition, or is it a light carpet paint type of condition? Okay, so we're estimating repairs from the initial phone call, and that's why it's really critical that you ask good questions about the condition of the property. Mostly around the mechanical systems. That's kind of what I focus on. Then running comps. So if you don't have access to the MLS, then I would highly recommend getting access to the MLS. The MLS, there's a couple different ways to get access to it. Get your license and get access that way, or you can be a trainee to a licensed real estate professional. Either way, you can get access to the MLS. So we are running our comps, and we are determining what the ARV is, the after repair value, because that is where the numbers all fall down from. So when we do our calculations, it's always starts at the ARV. What is the top potential value of this particular asset? Okay, and then how much repair costs is it going to take to get it there? Tells us what our offer would be. Okay, so and then, like I said, analyzing the deal, and that's all done on the deal analyzer. They're really simple walkthrough. In fact, I can show you exactly what that looks like here. If you go to my iPad here and go over to here is my as you can see, this is my deal analyzer that's on my iPad here. So these are all tabs across the top. This is the full-blown pro version, and so that has all of this to it. But the thing that we're going to be focusing on right here is my analysis tab, my deal analysis. So this is where you can enter in the as-is listing price amount, what your cash purchase amount would be, your rehab, and your ARV. It automatically calculates your holding time. I have a formula built in there. And this in the center here, this is your client's net options. Okay, so the top number is what they would net based on the cash offer that you're giving them. The second is what they would net if they were to fix the property up themselves and then sell it. And then the last net is how much they would make if they were to potentially just list it on the open market based on your factors here. Okay, so that's what that client's three options are. Obviously, for wholesaling, we're focused on what we can offer them cash. That's what the conversation is about. So we plug in our numbers here. So this might be, we might negotiate with them and say, hey, you know what, we can actually pay $389 or something like this. So $389. Okay, and you can see over here the net profit is $45,000. That's an 8.83 net margin ROI. So that's really good for us. Down here is where you have your buying cost, your holding cost. You can change all of the holding, your percentages of your cost of your money down here, your interest rate, if there's any points or anything else, and gap funding. So second position money goes there, your list back, all of these things go right here on your analyzer. So this tool is, this is what I use as my bread and butter to understand if it's a deal or not a deal. Okay, so again, on my iPad, I do all of this. I bring my comps out. I have my comps on my iPad. I'll take notes on there. I have my deal analyzer and my purchase and sale agreement all on my iPad. Really simple. So once I strike the numbers that make sense, let's say, hey, they would agree to this, using the example on my iPad here, they would agree to $389. Wonderful. Okay, so then I can just go right on over to my purchase and sale tab right here, and I can then go fill out their name. The address is already auto-populated. The price is already auto-populated, and fill in just the how many days inspection we need, and so on and so forth. Sign and send this offer off. Send it out to them. Okay, just that simple. So the iPad and the way we have it set up is really slick on this part of the process. You got to be efficient here. Okay, you got to know your numbers, you got to be confident, and you got to be efficient.